Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining in. So before I start talking about this distribution schematic from Wyckoff's event and phases, before I show you some interesting scenario which are lining up parallelly for Bitcoin, I just want you guys to first destroy the like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit the subscribe button and the bell. So looking at this here in a 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, we are forming a distribution schematic from Wyckoff, which is indicating us we are in danger. Yes guys, the price of Bitcoin right now is finding itself around this phase D, and after phase D we will be entering inside this phase E, and phase E is the area where the actual distribution happens. Yes guys, the last point of supply, the LPSY, the area where we are right now, if we look at the definition for the last point of supply, after testing support on a sign of weakness, this here is the sign of weakness. We tested the support. A feeble rally on narrow spread shows that the market is having considerable difficulty advancing. This inability to rally may be due to weak demand, substantial supply, or both. LPSY, last point of supply, represent exhaustion of demand and the last wave of large operators. Distribution before markdown begins in earnest. So if we look at the price action, we are around this LPSY area, but once we finish this phase, right, once we finish this phase D, we will be entering in this phase E. And if we look at the definition from this distribution schematic from Wyckoff event and phases, in phase E depicts the unfolding of the downtrend. The stock leaves the TR trading range and supply is in control. Once trading range support is broken on a major sign of weakness, this breakdown is often tested with a rally that fails at or near support. This is exactly where we are right now. We are fighting to remain above this 30,000 support line. This also represents a high probability opportunity to sell short. Subsequent rallies during the markdown are usually feeble. Traders who have taken short position can trail their stop as price declines. After a significant down move, climatic action may signal the beginning of a redistribution TR trading range or of accumulation. So that's why guys, that's why this is a very important area where we are right now. But please keep one thing in mind. We know the price of Bitcoin has some strong line of support lining between 28,000 to 30,000 range. So as long as we remain above that area, let's look at this as a shakeout. This will be looked as a temporary shakeout, and after that we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to show another impulsive movement. Yes guys, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to get gravitated at least around 35 to 40,000 before deciding the actual trend duration. And now if we look at this in a bit different way, yes, we are aware this crypto on a buy sell indicator, our indicator, flashed a buy signal when the price of Bitcoin was hovering around this 26,000 range, right? This is in a weekly time frame, and in a weekly we know this lower trend line. We just talked about this Wyckoff distribution phase. I thought I will share with you this in a weekly time frame as well. This rising wedge bearish continuation pattern, but since the price of Bitcoin is above this trend line, the lower trend line, which is going to be acting as a support, and also this crypto on a buy sell indicator, our indicator, is going to be acting as a support around 28,000 30,000 range. Please do not panic. So any sort of a retracement could be looked as a temporary retracement before price again chooses an actual trend direction, because we know in a daily time frame the price of Bitcoin is still holding the support from this Bollinger Band. The lower trend line or the lower band from this Bollinger Band is going to be acting as additional support around 28,000 to 30,000 range. Between that range we are building some strong line of support for Bitcoin, and this squeeze is also indicating us incoming volatility. Please keep this in mind. Once the price chooses an actual trend direction, if this is going to be a breakdown, then we don't want price to break this lower band area, and if this here is going to be a continuation pattern, then we definitely want the price of Bitcoin to break the upper band, which is going to be acting as a temporary resistance around 31 to 32,000 range. But we are more than happy guys, we are more than happy to see price of Bitcoin hovering between 28 to 30,000, because we know as long as we remain above that range, we could be preparing ourselves for a new impulsive movement. And even if I would add this CPR indicator, this monthly pivot range indicator. This central pivot range indicator is going to be acting as additional support. This is exactly where we are if we look at this carefully, right? Along with the lower band, we are also testing the support from this CPI indicator. So in the medium short term, any sort of a shakeout, as long as we remain above the CPI line, there is nothing to worry about. And if we look at this in a bit different way, I mean, we know we just talked about some bearish scenario, what could happen, but what if the price remains above this 30,000 without any shakeout, invalidating this Wyckoff distribution schematic? What in that case? In that case, the price of Bitcoin might be preparing itself for this new impulsive movement once we flip the 32,000 resistance into proper support. Yes, guys, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to start with a new uptrend once we flip this 32,000 resistance into proper support, because we know it's not just only this broadening wedge in a daily time frame, right? But if we look at this broadening wedge here in a 4-hour time frame or in a daily time frame, doesn't matter. You can see this is also a sign that if we can manage to find support on the lower trend line from this broadening top, then this could be looked as a continuation pattern, not a bearish continuation, but more of a bullish continuation pattern, just like as shown here in an example. On the left hand side, this is a bullish continuation pattern. On the right hand side, this is a bearish continuation pattern. But for us, since the price is still above 30,000 to 29,000 in the medium short term, let's not worry that much, because we know even if we look at the price structure around this area, I mean around this area in a smaller time frame, you can see we are still forming a bullish continuation pattern. I wanted to show both bullish and bearish, but for now, since the price is still holding the key line of support, let's still focus on this bullish continuation pattern. But for this bullish continuation to play out in the medium short term, we have to overcome the resistance, right? This upper trend line must be broken at any cost, which is around 30,300, 30,200 range. Yes, in the medium short term, this 30,200, 30,300 must be broken if the price of Bitcoin wants to start this new impulsive movement here in the medium short term. And according to this broadening wedge, descending broadening wedge or broadening bottom, the price objective, once we can break this upper trend line into support, then you can see 32,000 could be retested. So that's why, guys, that's why any sort of impulsiveness, let's not be overexcited, because we know the most important resistance 32,000. Only after breaking above that, we know this is an actual continuation here to the upside, and in that case 35 to 40,000 will be looked as our upcoming target. But for the medium short term, we also have to keep this scenario in our mind. I mean, the price of Bitcoin in a daily is forming higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern type of formation, where the RSI is forming lower highs, lower lows continuation pattern, which is a sign of weakness. That's why this is known as bearish divergence. So in the medium short term, what I want you guys to monitor are these indicators. I mean, even though we are aware this is a bearish divergence, I want you guys to monitor the RSI carefully, because once this RSI appears around the oversold area and exactly this MACD starts forming a bullish cross like this, and the TTCCI indicator starts appearing above positive territory, if that is going to happen, then that's exactly where I will be taking another position. I mean long position, because in the past price action, whenever this has happened, the price of Bitcoin after that has done very bullish. So that's why, guys, let us patiently wait for this indicator to give us a confirmation. So these were some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please destroy the like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now, by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.